Hello and welcome to Let's Evolve Together with Janine Williams. My name is Janine Williams and welcome to another week for another topic. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, I appreciate your support because without your support, this information can't get out to other people. So if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe so this information is available for other people to find. As well as at the end of this video, be sure to like it if you found it valuable, so then others can also find it. So today's topic, let's talk about that. It's a good one. It's the ego. So we're going to dive in a little bit about what is the ego. Now, this is my perspective. Other people may have different perspectives, but this is my perspective. So if it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, then that's fine too. So the ego, to me, is that part that is created from those experiences, usually starting within the first 7 years of our life. Now, as an expert in inner child healing, I see how the ego plays a part in the human journey. We can't get rid of the ego, but what we can do is we can create this safe place for the ego to not attach onto those emotions from those experiences and traumas that we experience, whether as a child and even as an adult. So I've said this in my other videos before, that a child is in a hypnotic state the first 7 years of their life. So there's a lot of emotions that they feel, but they don't really know how to navigate these emotions. So to create this safe place, the ego will emerge. But what the ego does, like I said before, it will attach onto a meaning instead of letting those emotions move through us, instead of letting those experiences go, because it's like the ego just attaches onto it and it wants to anchor it in. And that's exactly what it does. It anchors in those emotions within us. So I'll use this as an example, because the ego can create this chatter in our brain that is false. So say there's a child, and the child feels unseen, unheard, which this does break one of the 5 birthrights. I'm actually creating a course for parents so they can see what these birthrights are, but I'll talk about that in another video. So a child is not being seen or heard. Now, to a child, that's a traumatic experience. Now, a parent doesn't know that. A parent is busy cooking or cleaning or just relaxing after a long day at work. A child doesn't understand that the parent needs to sometimes decompress, or there's chores that have to be done. Instead, they attach on to a meaning: I'm not enough, I don't exist, nobody cares about me. I mean, it could be a number of things. And then they attach onto that, and it creates this energetic marker within their system. And we will always find the evidence to support whatever it is that our brain is thinking. So if that ego attaches onto that, then that child, as they get older, will experience those same events, different people, different situations, but those same emotions will come up. And then the ego goes, warning, warning, warning. I told you you don't matter. I told you you're not enough. I told you you're not perfect enough. I told you you're not seen. Nobody cares what you have to say, but it's all false. It's a false belief. It's a false illusion. So when those experiences come up, those thoughts come up, those emotions come up within you, just know they are from a very long time ago within your life, depending on how old you are. But they are usually created within the first 7 years of a child's life. So as an adult, how do you navigate through that? Because the ego is never, like I said, officially going to go away. But you can say, hey, I do matter. I am enough. I am seen and I'm heard. And what I have to say is important. And somebody needs to hear it. Talk to that ego. As you're feeling those emotions move through you, and I've used this analogy on other videos as well. I know I use it with my clients all the time. But see your emotions as water flowing in a stream that is just a steady flow, a consistent flow. Now, I'm going to use another analogy. Well, it's not really an analogy. It's really a fact. Our body is made up of 70% of water. That's why it's important to stay hydrated. And the more you stay hydrated, it allows that, because water is a conductor of energy, it allows that energy to flow through you. So as you breathe through whatever it is, and you're very well hydrated, it makes everything so much easier to just flow in that seamless, beautiful river of water, of life that is through your body, without attaching a meaning or a story to whatever it is that you're feeling. But you have to feel it. The ego sometimes doesn't want to feel it, just wants to attach to it, create a story around it. Instead, we feel it, we honor it, and be okay with it. And also get curious, because where there's curiosity, there's no judgment. And when we learn not to judge what we're feeling, we're allowing that ability of letting the resistance go, which allows those emotions to flow through us. So in a river of water, if there's a big boulder, can that water flow through it? No, it can't. So see that boulder as resistance that you may be putting up. Like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to feel it. I'm fine. Everything's good, which is usually an old mechanism, an old behavior to keep you safe. Again, that's the ego. Feel what you're feeling. You will set yourself free when you give yourself permission to do that. Again, thank you for joining me on this week's Let's Evolve Together. And let's evolve those emotions and feel them and let them just flow through you. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to feel hurt. It's what we do with that hurt and that anger that can either make us stronger or take us down into that rabbit hole where it's so hard to get out of. So again, thank you for joining me for another week. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. What have you been navigating lately? What have you been feeling? We're in eclipse energy right now. Have you been triggered? Has other people been projecting their ego and you can tell and it's affecting you? Well, that's when you have to stop and draw that line in the sand and say, wait a minute, this is where I stop and you begin. I don't have to attach onto your dense energy. So keep that in mind, especially if you're an empath like me. So I will see you next week on another topic, but be sure to comment. I'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.